So greetings from Michaud State Forest once again here in south central Pennsylvania. Been doing quite a bit of filming here in the past 2 days. Did some camping last night. Just got done filming up the road at the Carball Run natural area. But we're going to do one of our mountain lions in Pennsylvania videos. We haven't done one of these for a while. Just kind of been, we did one this spring, but I kind of been preoccupied with other things, traveling all over the place. But yeah, we're going to do another one here. So this story, as usual, I will have a story to read you of someone who had a sighting. It was just maybe a couple miles to the east of here in a town called Ortana or Ortana. I'm not sure how to say it, but we are just, like I said, a couple miles to the west here in the vast expanse of Michaud State Forest. So this is probably a good spot to set up our trail cams. So I did bring 2 trail cams. I'm not sure if I'll put both of them up. Just gotta find 2 places that'll work. I did remember to bring my scent lure, Catmandu for bobcat, fox, and coyote. I forgot to bring some like sardines or something else I usually bring along, but anyway, what's to do with this? As long as we find like a good trail, we should be okay. Alright, so we'll look for a spot to tell our little story. I'll find a spot or two to put a trail cam up, preferably along a trail or stream crossing or something like that. I'm not sure what I think of this way up here. I might go back and take the other way. There was another old road going down that way. I think I'll do that. So I think this will take us down to a stream. I like streams. I like to find where a log crosses a stream. That makes a good place to put a trail cam up. I've had a lot of success with that. Of course, we have never caught a mountain lion on our trail cams, but all kinds of other stuff. Bears and bobcat, fox, coyotes, plenty of raccoons and possums and stuff like that. Oh, it's actually some kind of a building down here. Huh. Maybe this is not the way I want to go. What is this? Like some kind of old cabin or something? Huh. Maybe it's one you can rent out. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, but there's an outhouse over there, but yeah. I think we're going to keep going this way. Yeah, so there is a stream right here. I believe this is Carball Run. Looks like our road goes right across, but I don't think I'm going to go. I see some logs over there. But yeah, but like, oh, look at this. There's a nice log right here. I think this will be a good spot for a trail cam. I can hide one nicely in here somewhere. I know I got this old road here, but I don't think it gets used that much. I can definitely hide the camera back here. This is like a major highway log for the animals. Let's put one here. Alright, so I think I found a pretty good spot. I got it right there in that tree there, looking right down across this log. So anything coming across will get caught in that camera. I just hope it... Only weakness is if something nudges it, it might dislodge it from the spot there, but we'll try it. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this scent lure out there on this log. So there are some holes right here, some old woodpecker holes. Maybe I'll shove some of this down in there. Oh, I just dropped it. Hold on a second. Well, yeah, you don't want to get that on your hands. Maybe just a little bit more up here. Since I didn't bring any other kind of bait along, I'll put a little bit more of that scent lure. Right, so I think this is already like a natural highway, but putting some scent on here might make it even more attractive. Anyway. Alright, so that one is turned on. My only concern is if, you know, some of those raccoons or even a bear sometimes, they come up and nudge against the camera, it would dislodge it from where it is. It'll slide down a little bit, but if they stay on the log, it should be okay, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Actually, maybe I should read that story to you first before you look for another spot. Maybe on some logs up there. I think maybe this log right here will work. We're actually not too far from the other log, which is right over there, but if the animals don't cross on that one, maybe they'll cross on this one. There's a bit of a game trail here too. Let me read that story to you first before I forget. I guess you can see me well enough. My head's cut off a little bit. Maybe I should adjust that slightly. There we go. So, like I said, where is it? I'm on the wrong page. Oh no, it's not on it's on my phone. It's looking on my... I have to get my other glasses out. Bear with me. Not now. Yeah, I gotta get my other glasses. Hold on a second. Bear with me. So, I kind of like this story. This woman's honest about things. So this dates to 2018, so not all that long ago. So yeah, Ortana, PA, which is just like 2 miles to the east of here in Adams County. So on July 30th, I was in Ortana, Pennsylvania at approximately 8:15, heading back to Gettysburg. At the bottom of Mount Carmel Road, there was a large herd of deer across from the apple orchard. I slowed down to count how many, spelling's a little off here, how many, yeah, it's a spelling and the grammar. Yeah, I was the only one on the road. It's kind of written a little difficult here. I was the only one on the road at that time after making a right turn over a hill where there were bucks. I stopped in the road to see if I could get a picture of them. They bolted immediately. Before resuming ahead, I looked left across a small clearing. I saw what I thought was a cat, down on its haunches, stalking ahead. It was about 100 feet from the road. I started moving, then realized the cat I saw was awfully big. I put the truck in reverse, looked again, and I saw a long tail disappear into the woods where there were fawns and doe near the area. I'm still wondering what I saw. I like that part. I'm still wondering what I saw. I don't have pics, so I can't validate it, but I'm pretty confident I saw a big cat of some sort. Yeah, so I like her story because of her honesty. Like she said, she isn't completely sure of what she saw, but she's sure she saw a pretty big cat, and she pointed out that it had a long tail, so it wouldn't be a bobcat. But I just appreciate that kind of honesty. Instead of someone who's like, oh, I know what I saw, no one's going to tell me different, you know, screw the game commission, this, that, all that kind of talk, you know. She's kind of being honest. You know, she saw something that looked awfully big. She's pretty sure it's a mountain lion, but at the same time she's admitting that she's not entirely sure. So I think that makes a good story when you're kind of open-minded about stuff like that. So, all right, but let's get a trail cam set up here. You can let me know what you think of that story. I can't really find anything to criticize. There's some of these stories I read, I'm kind of critical about them, but like she was kind of critical about her own story, I thought, a little bit, which I appreciate. So, but I have nothing further to criticize her about. She was open and honest about her feelings about it. So, but if you have something to say about it, you can. But I'm gonna look for a place to set up the trail cam here, and I'll get back to you. All right, so I've got this one set up here, looking out across this log. Trying to find a place to look across, but that'll have to do. So I'm gonna put some scent lure out here. That's probably the rest of what I have. Slather it out there somewhere. I think this will have to work. Okay. Use the rest of what's in here. Let me slather it underneath a piece of bark there a little bit. So if it rains, it won't all wash away immediately. It'll be underneath there. Get all of it. All right, that should work. Leave the stick there too. Alright, so trail cam 2 is on and ready to catch anything coming across that log. Time for us to make our way back. Alright, so we'll leave these out here for some time. and come back and get them and see what's on there. But that'll be it for now. Hopefully we catch something good on camera. All right, well, it is several weeks later or so, and we are back to pick up our trail cams. And hopefully they're still there. No humans or animals have taken them. That's always a possibility. All right, oh, I always love this, going back to pick them up and then getting home to see what's on them. See if we caught anything cool. All right, let's get down there. All right, down here's our stream. I do see the first trail cam. This is the one I was maybe more concerned about because it is right off this trail, but I don't know if anybody's been down here. There it is, and it's still propped up nicely on that tree. So let's get that footage. All right, so I'll go ahead and share that footage that's on trail camera number 1. So I'm gonna start heading towards trail camera number 2 then. And I do see trail cam number 2. Looks like it's still in place where I put it. Well, obviously, but it hasn't been nudged at all. Still facing that way, so let's collect that one. All right, we've collected that cam. Trail cam, I've noticed there's a little piece of interesting poo right here. I don't think that's mountain lion poo, but that was not here when I placed the trail cams here, so maybe we'll see who left that there for us. All right, but I'll go ahead and share the trail cam footage from trail cam number 2 with you while I start heading back to the Jeep. So it is the day after. We're back home now. So not quite what I was looking or hoping to find on the trail cams. You never know what you're gonna find. It is what it is. No mountain lion, obviously. That would be awesome if a mountain lion showed up with a trail cam. But you know, if you don't put the trail cams out, you never know. Like, we debate in this series whether they're here or not, but the only way to find out is to do stuff like that, to put trail cams out. But yeah, I still, even though it would be cool to see a mountain lion on these trail cams. I'm not really overly expecting to, but I would like to see. I like when there's like bobcats and bears and stuff like that on there. Like, we got spoiled a couple times last summer, but anyway, I'm rambling. But yeah, we got some squirrels. Always the raccoons on the trail cams, and I think there was one possum there. But we will keep doing it. We will keep trying. We'll keep telling stories, and we'll keep sending trail cams up. So thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll see you on the next one.